The true story of the three little pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. They had entered adolescence and had now set off to start a life of their own. The first little pig was no ordinary piggy, as he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia, which is a mental disorder where pigs interpret reality abnormally. However, he was being treated with the eclectic approach and was in therapy and on medication and no longer suffered from his hallucinations or delusions. So this first little pig went along, found a house, and decided to buy it. He had become so busy with moving in that he forgot to take his medication. After several days of this, he heard a knock on the door. "Who is it?" he called as he peeped through the window. A big bad wolf was right outside. Little pig, let me in," cried the wolf. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," the pig replied. With that, the little pig heard the wolf huff and puff and try and blow his house down. The first little piggy was terribly frightened and called one of his brothers. "Hello, brother, can you come help me? There's a big bad wolf outside my house, and he is trying to blow it down." Now, unfortunately, the second little pig had been diagnosed with agoraphobia, which is an extreme phobia of crowded places or enclosed spaces. Though he had been going to therapy and had been undergoing systematic desensitization, he was not yet at a point where he felt comfortable leaving his house. "I'm sorry, brother," the second pig replied, "but I just cannot leave my house. I am too afraid, and my anxiety disorder will just not let me. But I do not want to have a panic attack. However, I am sure that there is no big bad wolf outside your house, as that is just silly." The first little piggy hung up in a fit of anger, as there was most definitely a big bad wolf outside of his house. In a last attempt for help, the first little piggy called his other brother, who happened to be a psychiatrist. As a psychiatrist, he had been treating his brother with the biomedical therapy. "Hello, brother," the first little piggy said. "Could you please come over and help me, as there is a big bad wolf outside of my house, trying to blow it down?" Being a psychiatrist, the third piggy knew that his brother was having delusions and hallucinations and agreed to come over. "Of course, my brother, I will be right over. Try and stay calm." 20 minutes later, the third piggy arrived at his brother's house and walked in. "Thank goodness you're here," cried the first piggy. "Did you see the big bad wolf?" "No," replied the third piggy. "Brother, have you been taking the medication that I prescribed for you for your schizophrenia?" The first piggy gasped as he realized that he had been forgetting to take it since he had been trying to cope with the stress of living on his own. "My goodness, brother, I have been forgetting. So you promise that there is no big bad wolf outside?" The third brother chuckled. "There is no big bad wolf outside," and with that he promptly pulled out a new prescription for his brother and handed it to him. And they all lived happily ever after. The end.